When Native Americans were the only people living in America, the Northeast Woodlands region was covered in thick forests filled with trees. The region covered almost 1 million square miles, and its rivers, streams, lakes, and the ocean were important resources for the Native Americans. There were many plants and animals living in this area. Summers in this region were warm and sometimes hot. Winters were, and still are, quite severe, with lots of snow and wind. The main tribes in this region were the Algonquin, Iroquois, and Powhatan. These tribes often lived near lakes and rivers because water was important to their way of life. The men of these tribes fished along the rivers. They also hunted animals such as deer and turkey that used the lakes and rivers to drink. But hunting was not the Native Americans' only source of food. The land in this region was also good for farming. Each spring, women planted crops such as corn, squash, and beans. They used these crops to make soups and stews. In addition to farming, they would also gather fruits and nuts from the forest. For shelter, Iroquois tribes in the Northeast built homes called longhouses. The Iroquois made the frames of the longhouses out of wood and used bark to cover the top and sides. Many families lived in one longhouse. A longhouse protected the people of the tribe from the Northeast's cold and snowy winters. The Algonquin lived in cone-shaped wigwams. Their wigwam frames were made from bent saplings, tied together with roots, and covered with strips of birch bark or woven mats. During the winter, men and women wore leggings and robes made from animal furs. They also wore shoes called moccasins that were made from deerskin. The Iroquois used shells to make beads. When strung together, these shell beads were called wampum. Wampum was worn by both men and women for special ceremonies. It was also used for trade, like money. The Iroquois and Algonquin tribes also created beautiful baskets, pots, and fabrics with geometric patterns.